The NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Dolphins and the Chargers coming up next.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
The Chargers just continue to improve and take steps forward under the quiet leadership of Herbert, who's been the most productive quarterback in league history through his first 3 seasons. Over 4,700 yards last year. He's expecting to crack the 5,000-yard mark in this season.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And Eckler is going to pick up the Chargers' first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Well, such a great Week 1 matchup here, the Dolphins and Chargers. And fairly or unfairly, these two QBs are going to be measured against one another probably for the rest of their careers. Remember, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in 2020, and Justin Herbert followed him at number 6.
And let's add on to it because Joe Burrow went number 1 overall. He's led Cincinnati to 1 Super Bowl appearance. Jordan Love, also a first-rounder, getting his opportunity in 2023. And Jalen Hurts was a second-rounder with Philadelphia, and he's made it to the Super Bowl. So all in all, quite a class.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler, 48 yards. And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. He was a 3rd-round pick, not rounds 1 or 2, but this franchise, they think he can be something with time.
There were a few teams that thought he would go in the 1st round, late in the 1st round. He ends up sliding to the 3rd. So a lot of teams think now maybe this group got a steal. They've got a chance to have a really good player here if he can develop.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall.
Touchdown, Chargers! Mike Williams, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved.
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. This is a counter play. Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and now that sets up 3rd and 2.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. So you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
Well, this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 36. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. Shoves him aside, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle from 19 yards away. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make the run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Injuries that racked the Chargers receiving room gave Palmer an opportunity, and he took advantage of it. Almost 800 yards for the year, and he won't have to wait for injuries anymore to get chances because he's earned them. Nice play for the first down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Eckler is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 21-14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Off the play action, Tagovailoa. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Tua, the final shot before half. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill as time expires in the first half. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Herbert gets this into the hands of Allen, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Josh Palmer from 19 yards away. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
3rd down, here's A-Chain. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Gets around him. 35 yards that time on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. LA set to take over again on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On play action, here's Tua. They'll roll him out right. And he is caught. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll run with Robinson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. L.A. readies for its next possession. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They started on the ground with Eckler. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
I just think that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams. Second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On 2nd down, a run by H.A. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. To a hit, and the ball is out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 7.
Go.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Touchdown! Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead now up to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. Berrios now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call. And out comes the challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only one timeout. Play action, now it's Tua. And this one is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Ready, run!
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
Ready, run! What is it? Run!
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he will have a Charger 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, the knee gets them to 1-0. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record.